let's get to some keys of the game for Nebraska and Penn State. Do you have some, or do you just want to talk about mine? Like, have you come up with some?
So the only one that I have is the one that I keep coming back to. And the reason I keep going back to it is because of, and I say this almost every single time I come on, that Nebraska fans are so scarred and, we're so beat up from all the years that we've had all these one-score losses, and it was the narrative that was brought upon us for so many years in a row. I think that that's probably passed now because of the way Nebraska's won a couple of these games this season. But when you look at a team like Penn State and you're 4-6 on the year, if you get into the fourth quarter of a game in which it's a close game and Nebraska makes a late play, like they have so far this season, does that not put Penn State into a new mentality of like, oh, here we go again.
Sure.
We've had this happen. I think that's a very realistic thing. And especially if you've been told all week, hey, you're 10.5-point favorites. You're way more talented than this team. You should beat this team. This is a chance for you to get a bowl game. And things don't go your way at home. There's a high probability that the volatility of the situation overcomes Penn State, and Nebraska can take advantage of that. And I believe Nebraska can because they've proven it so far this season.
And Penn State has proven the exact opposite so far this season.
Yeah.
So that's a fair point.
I think, truthfully, for me, just for my key to the game,
get him into deep waters.
Get him in deep waters and make it a four-quarter game. If you're in it, if it's a one-score game in the fourth quarter, I trust Nebraska's ability to win the game.
When's the last time you said that?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
All right. I'm going to get a little more specific on you here.
Please.
With the ones. I said this earlier. Make Grunkemeyer beat you.
Yep.
Just make him beat you. Like that's obviously Nick Singleton, Katron Allen. Katron Allen has definitely had the better year, but very, very quality backs. Tim talked about the Penn State offensive line. I think you look at that and you say, hey, I'm loading up. I'm showing 8 in the box. And which means Penn State, if they operate the way most offenses do, they see 8 in the box, they're going to say, all right, that means we need to be in a pass play. We got to put this in Grunkemeyer's hands. I'd show 8 in the box basically all day. However that looks in different ways. DB can get into more of that than I can, but I know you can make it look a lot different to confuse Grunkemeyer, which, again, Coach Butler talked about this week. He's pretty good when he knows what he's looking at, which indicates to me he doesn't always know what he's looking at, right? So show 8 in the box. That doesn't mean you always have to have 8 end up being towards the line of scrimmage. You move guys in and out of that. Maybe show some blitzes that aren't actually coming, but make them think they have to throw the ball.
Yeah. And do you have a number in your head that would be
passing attempts?
Yeah, like if Grunkemeyer drops back this many, and I'll even say dropbacks, accounting for sacks, accounting for all that other stuff, right?
I do think it's a drop back issue, not a pass attempts issue. So he had 21 against Michigan State.
And they won.
Only actually threw the ball 13 times. I think if you get him to 25 dropbacks, you're in good shape.
Okay.
That's the number I've had in my head all week. Now, I do think you probably want that to end up being closer to 18 to 22 pass attempts out of those dropbacks. But again, Grunkemeyer isn't the type of runner that I look at and go, hey, he can beat us just scrambling.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't think Nico could, and I was right. I didn't think Brendan Sorsby could, and I was right. Underwood, his touchdown was a design run. I don't think Grunkemeyer has the ability to beat Nebraska scrambling. So I'm not as hard-lined on that 18 to 22 number, although I will absolutely take Nebraska's pass defense over anything else in this game.
Well, again, that's the thing is Nebraska's strength is the pass defense. We're so far into the season that it's not Nebraska.
This is not an outlier.
Nebraska's pass defense is only rated well because people run against them.
They're third in the country in passing yards allowed.
Look, what are we talking about? They're a top 10 pass defense. You should want them to throw against this defense.
Yes. So I look at it and I go, hey, I want at least 25 dropbacks. I'm assuming like a 55 play type game. So 25 dropbacks in a 55 play type game is pretty close to the percentage I want. I would love to see at least 20 pass attempts. That would make me feel great about how this game has gone. That's number 1. Make Grunkemeyer beat you. Number 2, I think EJ is going to cook regardless.
Okay.
Like, I think he's good. I think that's where we're at in this point of his career. I think he's going to get his yards, whatever that looks like, whether it's 27 carries, 31 carries. I have no idea. He's going to get more than 20 carries, and I think he's going to get his yards. I think you kind of need to let TJ loose a little bit with his legs. There's been a couple teams this year that have really, really cooked Penn State with QB run game, and that is UCLA and that is Iowa. Both of those guys went for north of 120 running the ball against Penn State. Now, I don't think TJ is going to go for 120. What I am saying is I think athletically he's somewhere between Gronowski and Nico.
Right.
So if you kind of split the difference there, if he can get like 40 to 50 rushing yards, I feel pretty good.
If he gets 50 rushing yards and one of those is an impact play, like something over 15 yards,
or like, hey, it's a 3rd and 8 conversion on a scramble or something like that. Like if he gets like 40, 50 rushing yards, I feel pretty good about how this game's going, because that is an area. And I think, again, like they did against UCLA, I think you show early QB designed run right off the bat, so they know it's something they're going to have to deal with and account for the entire game. And then put him in situations, whether it's, we've seen some of those QB rollouts where he's got the option to run, whether it's kind of cutting the field in half for him a little bit. And this isn't to say he can't read a defense, but in order to allow the running lanes and things to develop, I do think maybe you cut down some of the reads so that maybe the 3rd read is take off instead of check down, right? Yeah. I think that's more hurtful to Penn State's defense, him taking off, than him having a check down. I think you need to let TJ go a little bit with his legs. And this is from somebody who knows the guy can spin it. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you that he's a mobile quarterback first or anything like that. I think because of a specific weakness in the Penn State defense, getting him moving a little bit can be really, really damaging for them. Last one for me.
Yep.
I really, really believe we need an impact special teams play. That, to me, flips whatever. It generally steals a possession.
It's an equalizer.
Which is huge. If the crowd has any level of hostility, that is a real, like, special teams are backbreakers in terms of the way a fan base reacts to them.
Yep.
We know we've been on the wrong end of it for years.
Yes.
We also got on the right end of it a couple times this year, and we're like, oh my God, this feels amazing, right? So if you can have an impact special teams play, whether it's Ja'Cory Barney return, Kenneth Williams return, blocked kick, even a really long field goal, anything like that, an impact special teams play, I think equalizes whatever home field advantage or talent advantage that Penn State might have. I think that flips it immediately, especially if you can get it early in the game. If you can get first half, I mean, obviously a late special teams play is huge too, right? But in terms of tone setting, if you can get a first half impact special teams play, I think that can really take Penn State out of what they're trying to do. And if all three of those things happen, Nebraska 100% wins. And if all three of those things happen, I don't think it's particularly close. If 2 out of the 3 happen, I think Nebraska gives themselves that one possession game opportunity to go out and win it at the end.
And I agree with you, but even I'll small scale it. I'll patch it on to my point as well. If it's a 1-score game in the 4th quarter, Penn State is driving down the field, you force them to kick a field goal, they miss that field goal, they will immediately sink into their seats at Happy Valley, because they'll be like, here goes again. And again, Nebraska knows that feeling all too well. Take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
It's just the most frustrating part about this whole thing is that, and you and I have had this conversation many times, if Nebraska wins this game,
Zero credit.
No credit. No credit for the win. None. Because they're like, oh, okay, so you were underdogs? Yeah, but they're terrible.
Yeah, they're 4-7 now. Like, what?
You made us 10.5-point underdogs. Like, what? Yeah. What else are we supposed to do?
That is the frustrating thing about this situation. If they were 10.5-point underdogs and Penn State was who we thought they'd be, or even let's say they had a disappointing year. Let's say they go through that 3-game losing streak, but they pull out of it, and now they're, what would that make them? 7-3. Let's say they're 6-4, 7-3, same kind of in the same place that Nebraska is, and they're 10.5-point favorites. I'd be like, maybe that feels a little heavy, but at least you get credit for beating a bowl eligible, talented Penn State team that their season just got away from them a little bit.
Yep.
That is not that's not how this is going to be viewed at all. If Nebraska wins, and it's the thing I've been mad about all week, and people are like, well, what do you care so much? This is why I care. It's either a tough game or it's not. It's either Nebraska's a 10.5-point underdog or 7.5-point now underdog, or they should win the game. Like, it cannot be both things. It can't.
Yep.
Like, I just watched it happen to UCLA. They were a road dog at UCLA and won that game, and were up 28-7 at one point. They were beating UCLA's head in until they packed it in and say, hey, you guys only win if we give it to you. We're packing this thing in.
Yep.
Like, they played winning football. They had the game plan to win, and they don't get any credit for that, even though they were underdogs on the road. Same thing's going to happen at Penn State. They don't get any credit if they beat an underdog on the road. That's what's frustrating about this. But at the end of the day, I don't care. Go get the win. Follow my keys. You got a W.